Oh my god. I had a blast. I had a blast doing that. That was so great. That was so great. I had such a good time. God. How do I... Ooh. That was such a fun experience. Like, there was... Out of, like, the... I know we had like, a stream break for, like, 20 minutes because of Spectrum. But, like, out of the, like, the 4-ish hours I played, like... I only had a bad time, like, a collective, like, 10 minutes out of, like, 4 hours. Like, it was, like, 10 to 15 minutes. And those were just very small instances. Like, the only thing I really see, like, actively, like, quote-unquote wrong with this game that I actually, like, don't enjoy is, like we've been talking about, like, a good cook, which is your info character on the killer side of things, will lead your team to victory. And that's, like, super great, but, like, if your cook sucks or doesn't have a mic or, you know, isn't texting in the text chat, your team is basically just, like, almost completely gone on info, and it makes the team, like, the victim team super easy to rat. Like, essentially, you just get access to just, like, unbroached, untethered ratting, which is just, like, really, really frustrating. Competent hitchhiker, yeah, so, because he's the one that can go around and, like, set up the gens and stuff super early, and that's kind of required too. It seems like the one you have the most leeway to mess up with is Bubba. Like, getting an early kill is very good, like, early in the game, but it's not, like, necessary. Whereas the other two, if you don't do your job, like, the whole match kind of, like, gets away from all of you. Yeah, as long as Bubba's around to do the killing, no matter when it happens, it's mostly fine, right? It's mostly fine. But the other two, you really do have to, like, maximize your potential. But that's, like, the only thing I see wrong with this game currently. It's just, like, you know, the fact that if your cook sucks, it kind of does make your entire team fall apart. And not in a sense that, like, I want to say this first, like, not in a sense that I want them to win. Like, in a sense that I win, I want it to be balanced for, like, you know, like, to win. I just want it to, like, avoid, like, 10-15 minutes of standing around doing nothing, right? Like, 10-15 minutes of standing around doing nothing is just boring. Just keep us active, keep us moving, keep us doing something, you know? And that's it. Other than that, this is just, like, a really, really fun and entertaining party game. Like, Gun Media made Friday the 13th, and I played a lot of Friday the 13th when Friday first came out. Or not when Friday first came out, but, like, when Friday first kind of, like, started, like, gearing down. The opposite of that. The opposite of what I said. When Friday first started gearing down, when people started leaving it, that's when I got into it. It was, like, something I would play on the side, just for fun, just to chill. Like, I'd be playing DBD, and DBD was cool, but, like, you know, by and large, DBD is a sweaty experience, and, you know, has been gearing towards more of a sweaty experience for years. You do kind of have to always be paying moderate attention to DBD to be having fun. This game, you don't need to be, like, trying to have fun. And I think that's something that I, like, really enjoy about it. It really is built from the bottom up to be a party game that you turn on and you just mess around and like, you're bound to have a little bit of fun at the very least. And I really do enjoy that. I feel like this, like, I was talking about this while we were playing too. It feels like a natural evolution of what they built with Friday the 13th, with, like, the multiple ways to escape, and, you know, instead of making one super powered like killer, which was Jason, you now have the very, very unique, and the thing that I told people, like, when people are like, are you interested in VHS, are you interested in you know, killer clowns from, like, are you interested in these things? I was like, kind of. The thing that stuck out to me about this game, which apparently Killer Clowns is going to do as well, I've heard, is, like, the ability to play with your friends on the killer side. And that was what kept drawing me in. That's what kept, like, I was enjoying the heck out of that. And that's what I want to keep doing once this game finally comes out, is playing killer with a group is hilarious. Like I said before we got was that before or after I left? But anyways, like what I was saying, when I was playing Cook in that, like, second to last match, and I call out, I'm like, hey, he's over going towards the generator. I just see 3 red door indicators of Bubba just lightning, like a streak of lightning, boom, 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 like, going straight after him. It was so funny. Like, that is an experience that's so completely unique to this game that it just made me cry. It was so beautiful. Just, and that's an experience you literally can't get anywhere else. And I think that's where, like, most of the ASIMs fail. Is that, like, most of the ASIMs that are made in direct formula with DBD or made in direct confrontation to DBD as competition. So they fall into a lot of the same traps DBD does on some of its more unfun ends, because you're making a game basically out of, like, hate for Dead by Daylight, so it carries a lot of its DNA with it. And this is, like, completely its own unique thing. And it maintains its hilarity and fun because it's a party game. Not to say that people aren't already sweating in this game. You saw one of our matches tonight where, you know, people are doing the speed run, the speed run quit strat, the speed run escape strats, right? Like that sucks. That stuff sucks. Like doing the speed run escape strats, like I was saying a lot tonight. If you're one of those people that complains about people sweating too hard in DBD, and you're in the tech test for this, doing the speed run escape strats, like, I don't want to hear you crying and complaining if people start sweating in this game, because you definitely, in the tech test, contributed to people already starting to figure out how to optimize this game for sweatiness. So, heck you. Yeah, Jarkner, VHS had, it was Saturday night. I checked the number of players on VHS on a Saturday night yesterday. Or not yesterday, 2 days ago. And it was 9 players. 9 players. 9 players, period. Which is crazy. Crazy. And, like, the all-time peak for the day was like 36. So that was something. Yeah, but, like, I feel like VHS, like, that was kind of a problem VHS had too. It's like, you know, if the teens decided to rat a bit much, there was, like, a lot of problems with you trying to, like, track them and figure out where they were. Which is, like, the only problem this game has sometimes, is that, like, if your cook sucks and your cook's not on comms, your cook's not on text, he's not giving you info, so you don't really know where to go to stop the victims. So yeah, I don't know, this game retains its fun, and I didn't feel like a need to sweat or do anything. Like, I just turned on the game and played matches. It was like I wasn't even noticing what was happening, right? Like, I was just, like, loading into a match, you know, watch, rinse, repeat. Like, I wanted to be in every next match that I was in. I never dreaded the next match. And I just think I think that's super cool. I think that's super cool, and I really enjoyed the game. It's really sucky that we're gonna have to wait till August to keep playing this, because I actually really thoroughly enjoyed this. One thing I do want to say before we inevitably, like, you know, move away, because we do have to close the game. The servers are down. There's nothing we can do. Is that I think one of the most toxic things that always comes out of whenever another ASIM comes out is, like, isn't this the new DBD killer? And I've seen that a lot, like YouTube thumbnails just blazing everywhere. It's like, hey, is this the next DBD killer? Is this the next DBD? Will this dethrone DBD? It's like, first off, this game is so much in its own lane that I don't think it can and it shouldn't compete, because it really is its own game. It's not trying to emulate the formula of Dead by Daylight. It's trying to do a completely different formula. The only thing that's similar is that there is a disproportionate number of killers versus a higher amount of survivors. that's literally it. It's too different. It's too different. And it will be able to stay in its own lane and do its own thing, and that's better for it. It should not be compared to DBD, and it should stay in its own lane doing its own thing, because I want to play both. I legitimately want to play both. And I'm going to enjoy thoroughly playing both. No, there's a gen in this game. That's true. That's true. There's a gen in this game. There's also there is a gen in this game, so true. And a basement. You're right. You're right. see, you're on to me. But yeah, don't be one of those people that's like, is this the new DBD killer? I'm not going to invest in it unless it's going to kill DBD. Just shut up. Have fun. Play a game. Hang out a little bit. You know, it doesn't have to be like a DBD killer to be a good game, like, at all. Like, it's a great game. It shouldn't be compared to DBD, and I can't wait to have it as I don't in any way want to replace DBD, but I definitely want to play this at least a, like, moderate amount. I don't know if half would be the word. We'll know when it comes out, but I want to play this a lot, because I actually did thoroughly enjoy, like, the cycle of this game. Also, Victim was pretty good too. Like, Victim was, like, actually pretty tense. Like, I didn't feel like I was being cheesed or belittled by any of the killers that I faced today. It was just kind of like the flow of the game. The flow of the game was very natural, and I still was like spooked and trying to like, you know, be as cautious as possible. And it was like, I don't know. And when you finally get that escape, it's extremely exciting. Like when you burst out one of those gates, like just barely, the adrenaline you have is like super good. Like I was like, oh yeah, we made it, you know. Like just, I feel like that's the thing that this game does right. Like the thing that this game does right, is that there's a lot of adrenaline at certain moments that are very impactful. Like when, like an example, like I was telling you, when I was playing Cook and I was just like, he's right over there, and my Bubba's running after him at like full brick speed, just like he's chasing him down. Like that's adrenaline, that's hype, right? And it's the same thing on the victim side when you just barely bolt out a door when you have the little Terrius like yellow thing around your screen and you just barely make it out, right? Like those moments fill you with adrenaline. So it's just like I don't know. That's something. That's really something. Like I just, those moments were special and they were filled with hype. They were very hype. Which will also in turn make it a very good stream game because things are so hype. Like having somebody just barely get the kill or just barely escape is a hype thing, right? Love how accessible the game feels. We were talking about that. Uzi and I were talking about that in a call last night. Is that this game already has a lot of great accessibility to it already because a lot of this game is sound based, but all the sounds have visual cues to them. So even if you necessarily didn't hear something, there's a visual cue always in line with it, or applied to it as well. So it already has a lot in terms of built-in accessibility, which is really nice. So they won't have to do this thing where Behavior refuses to add accessibility to their own game for like 7 whole years. You know? And then like, oh, finally we put some in. Sorry. My bad. Oh, wait, you guys use Spine Chill? Why did you use Spine Chill? Oh. You know, just like that stupid stuff. Like, it's just, they already have a lot there. They thought about it already, which is really, really good. Really good. And I can't wait for more maps, more killers, more victims to be added, like the new, like, that's another small thing. The Sort Your House itself, wonderful, perfect map design. And then like the Slaughterhouse was kind of like a little bit more icky. It was a little bit just kind of like a lot of assets just kind of like thrown all over the place. It felt like it didn't feel so much like it was like a structured area. It felt like it was just kind of like, hey, here's a little playground for you guys to go play the game in. It didn't feel like a real location that we were playing in, you know, like the Sort Your House was. And I get that obviously one is coming out of the mind of the developers and the other one is coming out of like, you know, a real life movie set that actually existed, which is why the quality is different. But still, one of these is definitely more fun to play on than the other. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I really thoroughly loved and enjoyed Texas Chainsaw, and I can't wait for it to come out.